Hello everyone, welcome back to FTRL for a brand new season of GT1, so our top division on our Friday evenings. And we are at the same track as GT2 we were at last night. It's Trial Mountain, so the exact same track as last night, with just the turn of the slightly quicker guys for their first round of the season. Now we've got about 1 minute to go. I'll give you a quick rundown on the teams in a little second. Good evening to Mike and Bieber already in the chat. Good evening. And so let's have a quick run through, just very briefly before quali starts. I'm going to go off T-Smith because that noise of the tyres squealing is annoying me already. Right, okay. GT1, so the teams for GT1, you have Witchell with Biggles. And then you've got T. Smith and Graham, so that's T. Smith. And then we've got Graham alongside T. Smith. Then we've got Callum and Lee. Now, Lee is not racing this evening. He is still away, I believe. He's on a holiday or something like that. So, covering for him is Oblivioid, who was racing yesterday evening. So, he is going to be covering for him this evening. Alongside him is going to be Callum. Then we've got Pagani, who is going to be alongside Blue Flag. Reunited, one would say, for those two. Been teammates quite a lot over the years. Yeah, reunited for this one, and then another reunited team, Aaron and Will. So yeah, that's been a team for quite a few different championships over the years. Then we've got Ross and Romelson, part of my team, which is Ecuri Ecosse, which is a Scottish racing team from ages ago. And then we've also Chubbs and SPY. That is your final team. There we go. So that is our team sorted. Giving you a quick run through, just very, very briefly, before we start quali. Good evening, Sturgus the second in the chat from GT3. Derek, good result for him yesterday with a one-stop strategy. It was a very good race last night. Actually, very, very good. So, qualifying then for GT1 has started. It's going to be 15 minutes of qualifying. Good evening, Unsafe. It's 15 minutes. Everyone has started on the mediums, I believe, so you have to enter on the tyres you'd like to start the race on. Though Oblivion is starting on the softs by the look of it. Interesting strategy from Oblivion, yeah, bit of a difference. So yeah, I'm expecting most, if not all, of the cars currently on track to come into the pits at the end of the lap and be changing their medium tyres for some soft tyres. So the quicker tyre for qualifying. There we go, Witchell there in the Sneak Energy livery, ready by Zom. Very nice liveries this season with the teams. Good evening, Peteman. And just under 20 people watching already for first qualifying session of GT1. That's the same, exact same track as last night. So a couple of tricky corners, obviously. Sector 1, those first few sweeping fast corners. Just need to get the line properly through there. And then that last couple of corners as well, they're very, very tricky corners. The Captain Chubbs appears to be going for a medium lap along with SPY. Now they are in the Tactics team. Sponsored by Tactics. That's going to be a nightmare. Tactics. Yeah. So apologies if I get that wrong throughout the evening. Don't blame me. So Captain Chubbs, let's keep an eye on him. Derek put in the chat 148. Maybe. Possibly. I know there's been a lot of low 59s about. Quite a few of those. So, I mean, maybe they're 48, but I don't think many will be in the 48s. Might get one, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, Captain Chubbs 30.9 for his first sector. And he's now coming around this right-hander under the tunnel, and then get it over to right, cut back over the left, accelerate as quickly as possible, make sure you don't tap the right hand side. I may have done that last night and caused myself a spin. I may have. So yeah, that's you don't want to do that. And long straight down here. And then towards this left-hander, so slightly banked left-hander this one. And then it's flat out through this section. And then you come towards this right-hander here. Quite a tricky corner this one, downhill braking. Just keep it to the right-hand side. Get the power on nice and early, down towards the next left-hander. This opens up at the exit. And flat out now, pits is to the left. And he's going to carry on, he's going to complete this lap. He's going to back out actually. Interesting strategy here from Captain Chubbs. I'm not quite sure why he's still on the medium tyres. That's why he's picked up a penalty. Now, let's keep an eye. We've got Witchell, who's going to be the first man on the softs for a lap. Actually, sorry, Oblivion will be setting a lap. Forgot he started on the soft tyres. Now, Witchell, let's keep an eye on him. As SBY is 55, Oblivion 52.7. There comes Witchell now. Are flying over those bumps. And then now to tunnel left-hander. The steer now. Yes, I'm not quite sure where of this, to be honest. Yeah, don't ask. I don't really know. I was when we were talking to each other, sending voice notes earlier, and I don't know where he's went. God knows what's happening. So I'm on my lonesome for the time being, but I've done that plenty of times, so I'm not really worried. Witchell coming down, long back straight. Left-hander there, and then second sector, 1 minute 8.4, 1.7 seconds, so currently on course for a 150 lap on his first flying lap, so we'll keep an eye on this all the way through. I hated that corner last night, that one. Oh, that was close, kept it on, no, kept it going in a straight line. Try a couple of corners here. You want right over to this left hand side after this. You can open up, keep it in second gear. And Witchell comes across the line. It's going to be a 50 point something. No, it's not. He's in the 49s already. I thought it might be a 50, but it's a 49.8. There we go. Ross 50.1. Not far off. Pagani 50.6. Captain Chubbs, he's on a lap at the moment. Oh, Callum up into P3 with 50 flat. T Smith 38 thousandths of a second, just off of Witchell's pace for the first qualifying laps. Oh, Aaron 49.7. Where'd that come from? There we go. Aaron takes provisional pole then. Very close to a 10 separates the top three. Oh, that's competitive first laps then. We're going to be in the low 49s shortly, you would imagine. Graham currently P6 or 50.4 for his first lap. Has blue flag down in P8. There is Biggles P9. And Wells in P10, 51.4. Oblivion, 51.7. He's covering for Lee this evening, remember. Rom, reigning GT2 champion. SBY and Captain Chubbs now on the soft tyres. Yeah, Oven likes his puns, Goose, he does. I hope you did enjoy it though. There's Witchell on another lap at the moment. I mean, he's going for another lap at the moment, but as you can see, the tyres do not last long. Look at those soft tyres already on Witchell's car. At front right, there's a lot of left-handers around here. 49.359. 4 temps clear of Aaron P2, 49s for Ross up to P3. There he goes. Pagani 50-point flat just off of the 49s. Callum 49.3, 4-1. T. Smith 49.4 slots into P3, but Callum, we thought he might be a bit of a dark horse coming into this season. We know he's very quick. 49.341, 18 thousandths clear of Witchell. Witchell half a tenth down through sector 1, but I'm assuming he's going to be in the pits. The tyres are already gone. Callum's getting really nice wear though on those tyres, so we'll keep an eye on him. He's obviously on the same car. He's in the BMW M6, I think it is, yep. And then it's the GTR for the Pro-Ams. Now I believe the GTR is quite difficult on its tyres. I thought the 48s would have been pushing it, maybe one maybe might get it, but I think it could be a 2 or 3 maybe might get pop the 48s here. Bear in mind, tyres going to be fresh, fuel's going to be going down. Lumping my throat. Oops. Aaron's on a new outlap with some new soft tyres. 49.8 for Ross. Now I know he's done a low 49 in practice, so possibly him as well. Now he's coming out the pits. There he comes. There we go. Now we're 9 minutes through already. Rom on left-hander there. Let's keep an eye on him. Is he coming out pits? He is indeed. Now keep an eye on SPY then and Captain Chubbs. Those are the two that are actually on a lap at the moment on fresh sauce, because remember they pitted later in the tactics car. Oh, SPY on the curb there. Tried to spit him off. He managed to just about control it. Just about gets it turned in there. SPY keeping it in second gear. Accelerate out of the corner. Early upshift to third. And he's on the start finish straight and he comes across the line. It's going to be a 1:51.1 for SPY. Captain Chubbs, he's coming around the last few corners now as well. Not quite as far over to the left there as SPY, so he might not quite have a good run down the start finish straight. And he's going to come across the line, and this is going to be a 50 point. Is that 50-0? It is 50 flat then for Captain Chubbs. Puts himself up into P6. Now Aaron's on a lap under the tunnel in the left-hander. Getting that car going as quickly as possible around these couple of tricky little corners. Throttle control required here, and he's over 10th up through sector 1. Put it over to the right hand side of the track, cut over to the left, nearly on the sand on the left. That's where you kind of want to be. Accelerate that car out. He's not going to be gaining any slip. Car's a little bit too far ahead. It's his teammate Will, I believe. Just see the Tango Ice Fast livery, which is a stunning livery, by the way. My favourite of the season by far. There we go. Aaron coming into the left-hander now in second gear. Oh, he's nearly off. He's down. That has cost him. Ross is on his own outlap now. He's about to start a lap. What's happening with Witchell? He's on an outlap as well. Callum's on his outlap. They're all on outlaps now. They're going to have 2 laps here to see what they can do. Can anyone squeeze their way in to 1:48? Here comes Ross then through sector 1, committed through the right and left-handers. Look at the speed he's carrying, 140 mile an hour. It's much quicker than I was going, about 5 mile an hour more. Oh my god, keeping the speed up massively. Looks beautiful. This is an absolutely exceptional sector 1 here from Ross. He's fully committed. He's purple by 0.2 of a second. It felt and it looked really, really good. Get it over to the right hand side. Cut it down to the left. Accelerate out. This is an absolutely exceptional lap so far from Ross. Absolutely inch perfect. He's coming down now the back straight on towards the left-hander at the end of the straight. He's got 0.4 to find for pole position or provisional pole. He's coming down now into the left-hander keep it nice and neat. This is an excellent lap so far. He's nice on the power. He's going to be 2 tenths up through the second sector. So he's lost a little bit of time in terms of the purple lap. But he is currently on course for a top 3, a top 4 at the moment. Unless he can find some more time in this last sector. He's coming towards the last couple of corners now. He's going to have one more lap after this. Ross into the last couple of corners. Very nicely done. Very, very smooth on the power. Beautifully done there on the last few corners. He comes across the lights. A 49 flat from Witchell. Ross is currently on a 49.5, so it's 3 times quicker. I can't believe people are going half a second quicker than that. That looked absolutely flawless. Callum's in the pits. He is not going to have another lap, so Callum is finished. That is going to be it for Callum. Captain Chubbs has set a 49.4, so he's currently in P3. T. Smith is on his out lap. He's backing off. He's got one more lap. SUI 50.4. Well, 50.6. T. Smith going for his final lap. He's backing off a lot here. He's getting some tyre temps. He's really going for it there. Ross going for another lap. Aaron's on his sector 1. Let's keep an eye on this then. 49 flat. Are we going to get into the 48? It's nip and tuck at the moment. Aaron's coming round. A couple more corners left. His tyres are very worn though, so I think he'll be doing well to improve here. He is 3 tenths up though through the first sector, so what do I know? There we go. T. Smith, he's on his last lap as well. Let's keep an eye on him. Oh my, that is committed. Through the first few corners, that is too committed. It's gone wrong. T. Smith, it's all over for him. Ross is on another lap as well. Let's keep an eye on him. Coming down towards the last couple of corners then. His final lap. Once again, he's going really aggressively over those curbs. Drifting it into the last corner and drifting it out of it as well. Comes across the line. Is it going to improve? It's going to be tight. It's just an improvement. It pops him up ahead of his former teammate T. Smith. Pagani 49.4 slots into P5 ahead of T. Smith. Now T. Smith, I doubt will improve as he is made that big mistake. Here comes Aaron. His tyres are very worn. He'll be doing very well to improve here. 49.7 for Rom, pops himself up to P7. What a lap from Rom right at the end on his first race back. It is not an improvement, it's marginally slower than his previous best. Oblivion now coming across the line for a 1:50.8, so 50.5 says fastest. Not Oblivion, that was Biggle, sorry. Oblivion's 51.2. 49 flat for Pagani. 49 flat, sorry, for Witchell. 4 times off for Pagani, is saying that it's quite quick. I'd agree with that. Half a second between the top 6. 49.5. Quite extraordinary, the pace here. Witchell has got pole quite comfortably in the end up, but I feel like there was a few people that could have got up towards that didn't get the clean laps in, really. He set 2 49 flats in a row there, which was impressive from him. There we go. So Witchell takes yet another pole position to start off. There we go. Witchell P1, Callum P2, Chubbs P3, Ross, Pagani, T. Smith, Rom, Aaron, SUI, Graham, Biggles, Panda, Blue Flag, and Oblivion, who is covering for Lee. Bear in mind, Oblivion was actually in GT3 last season. He's in GT2 this season, and he's covering on the first week in GT1. So yeah, we'll definitely cut Oblivion a little bit of slack. This is going to be an experience for Oblivion. This is very, very quick. So yeah, Oblivion has got a tall order tonight. If he just gets some points, I think his team will be happy with that. I did say 48 was pushing it. I thought maybe one might get it, but we are so close. 49 flats. That was the best by Witchell on 2 occasions. And good evening, Carl. So there we go, Witchell, another pole position to add to as many he's already got. So Callum, what could he have done if he had gotten a lap in at the end? I think he kind of messed up his timing considerably there at the end. Just the order when he got his laps in. Otherwise, he might have made it into the 48s or 49, like 49 flats as well. So, but still, P2. Cannot believe the difference in pace though. Some rapid times in that session. Yeah, T Smith P6. He found himself quite a few times over there. He's only a 10th off P2, but he did mess up his last lap. So, but yeah, the thing is, this league, GT1 in particular, has gotten ridiculously quicker over the last couple of seasons. It's incredibly quick this season. So it should be about 10-15 seconds left before we get underway. Race 1. Car was Dusty Fossil. Marley. So actually, just looking there, the fastest in the GTRs, fastest Pro-Am driver, was Rom on his first race back. So that is very interesting. That was Rom that was the quickest. Right, okay, here we go then. For race 1 of the GT1 season. 1 hour long, 32 laps awaits them, and it is Witchell alongside Callum, and Witchell seems to get a decent start. He is ahead of Callum. Ignore the Captain Chubbs, I don't know why it says he's in P1, he is not in P1. So Witchell is leading them from Callum in towards turn 1, there comes Callum behind Captain Chubbs in P3, Ross is P4, T Smith, then comes Pagani, Aaron and Rom in the background, there's Graham, there's someone wide in the background as well, and Biggles P10, SBY is battling with, I think that's Blue Flag, there's a few cars there, 3-4 wide, go through, and does well in the inside there, getting all out of shape. It's still 2 or 3 wide here. We've got Blue Flag and Panda still going side by side. Panda gets a little bit nudged off to the side. It's still side by side between Biggles and Panda in the background. And then the back two as well. SPY is still going side by side as well. And I think they're starting to sort themselves out now. So a lot of action going on down at the back end of the field. That's SPY and Oblivion side by side. SPY losing out down towards 14th now. But Witchell 1.1 seconds out in the lead from Captain Chubbs, who's overtaking Callum along the back straight, down the inside. Captain Chubbs has got the place done up to P2. Callum drops into P3, Ross is up to P4, and T Smith P5, Pagani's P6, Aaron's P7, then comes Rom in P8. He's lost a place to Aaron, he was 7, so Aaron's moved up a place. There's a gap back to blue flag, that was that Callum. The chap at the start blue flag getting a big wiggle on, Will having a bit of wiggle as well, but he seemingly gets past, he is, sweeps round, Oblivion up to P12, he's now past 2 of the cars, 3 of the cars, blue flag having a terrible few corners, and he is down now into P12, SBY having a look down the inside as well as blue flag losing places left, right and centre there, so Oblivion, what a start from him on his first ever GT1 race, up to 11th, up 3 places. Witchell away and gone then, Captain Chubbs trying to go with him, then comes Callum who's got Ross down the inside, there goes Ross getting past into the fast left-hander as someone, Pagani I think it was, maybe slightly out of shape there, maybe it was Aaron, and through turn 1. Oh, it's side by side again there, Callum and T Smith, Callum losing multiple places, T Smith nips up down the inside now up to P4, he's got his former teammate directly in front of him now. Pagani might think about having a little look at Callum as well. He's lost a couple of places there and a few corners. Under the tunnel we go then. Onto this left-hander. Callum is wide there. Very, very wide. And that's not a good exit. That's compromised his line. And Pagani is going to seize the initiative here and he's going to pull out of the slipstream already as they come out of the tunnel, and he's down the inside. Aaron having a look as well. Pagani, there he goes down the inside. Callum has lost another position. Pagani's went wide though, so he's going to be able to come back at him. Callum gets back past. Pagani compromised there, going wide, and in the background of this we've got Graham who's made a move on Rom up to P8. It's still the same out front as well. For some reason I'm not getting data between the top two. The yeah, it seems like something wrong with Captain Chubb's car on this. It doesn't seem to be giving me data, but he is quite close to the back of Witchell. Then comes Ross, T Smith, P3, P4, Callum, P5, holding off Pagani for the time being. Pagani in the slipstream, not quite close enough, possibly. A brave move, it might be a brave move, he's going down the inside, he is going for it, it's side by side through turn 1, turn 2, Callum and Pagani still side by side, Pagani sweeps through, what a move! Oh, he's nearly had a moment there as well though, and there comes Callum behind. Graham's having a look round the outside of Aaron. In P7, they're side by side. Callum's just in front of them. Graham down the inside of Aaron, up to P7. Graham double overtake maybe down the inside of Callum again. This three-way going into the next corner. Aaron, Graham, Callum, side by side, all through the right-hander. Still side by side. Then comes Rom, Graham, Aaron, still going. What's going on? Aaron P7, then Rom P8, Graham P9. That was frantic, wasn't it? There we go, Pagani then, what a move. Sweeps pass up to P5. That was quite something, that. There we go, finally I'm getting data between the top two. 1.5 seconds is the gap, 2.1 behind. Now it's all about trying to conserve these tyres. Look at the difference. Callum's doing really good on his tyres. Aaron not quite as good. Out of the top four, Witchell's got the worst tyre wear by quite a way, actually. So Witchell on the tyre wear, much, much more than Chubbs, who's in the same car. Pardon me. So that is interesting. T Smith and Ross, are these two working together? Former teammates, but they don't seem to be battling. Nice group of 4 cars there battling. Blue flag has recovered up to P10, and then P11 is Will. To Panda, SPY P12. Oblivion has dropped down a couple of places down to P13. And there is Big Looms at P14. He's a bad lap, last lap, 53.7. Oh, SPY very nearly hit the wall there. So they're all going at their own pace now. There's not as many battles. They're kind of steadying out, calming down a little bit, getting into their rhythms, starting to save some fuel. Massive difference in tyre wear between the top two. And Captain Chubbs, we know, is incredibly quick. However, does make a mistake. Can he keep his head down, drill into this kind of gap he's got? Literally, tyre wear will come into play, and can he get the jump in the pit stops? These two behind. Ross much better on his tyres than T. Smith, though that is a common feature. Oh! Look who we have here. Joined the party. Good evening, James.
Hiya.
Hello.
Apologies, I'm here.
Hello. Well, you missed a couple of chaotic first few laps. We had an overtake of the century, I think, from Pagani through turn 1 and turn 2.
That's always the way.
And Aaron having a look down the inside of Callum. Oh, it's side by side again for the first few corners. Callum is all over the curbs. Aaron down the inside at the left hander just before the tunnel, and Aaron up to P6. Callum is having a bit of a shocking time of it at the moment on his tyres. However, by looking at his tyres, I'm already going to say Callum is going for the one stop. His tyre wear is considerably...
We saw that work last night, didn't we?
Yeah, it's considerably better than the entire rest of the field. So Callum is going for the one-stop strategy here. Look at his tyre wear compared to Aaron. He's driving extremely smoothly, and he's not interested in outright pace. Graham's getting past him at the moment. It's whether he's losing that much time, because at the moment, I mean, he just set a 51.9, but his first few laps was slower than the pace in GT2 last set. It was 53s he was setting, so it might be a really good strategy, but let's see if he can keep the pace up. Now 1.2 seconds is hovering about the 1 second mark, just over, between Witchell and Captain Chubbs, but as I say, Witchell is much worse on tyre wear, but he has more fuel, so offsets there. Closing in slightly now all of a sudden. Ross and T. Smith starting to close back in.
Ex-teammates, of course.
Pagani P5 then, and down the inside who's that? Graham still having a look at Callum there. Callum's the interesting one here. He is going to be the cork in the bottle. A bit like Graham last night, he was the kind of person we had no idea what he was coming out at, and then at the very end, a couple of people started overtaking right then. That could be a similar story with Graham. Not Graham, Callum, sorry, this evening. Could be struggling right at the very end. But as a result with Graham, it definitely worked. So we can see Callum can pull it off as well. The tyre wear difference. I mean, look at Callum and Aaron on the same tyre, and yeah, Callum's is more than double the tyre wear. I mean, we know Aaron's not exactly the best on tyre wear, but I mean, that's some effort from Callum.
Now practicing with the Tango Ice Blast boys, we noticed that the M6 really struggled really badly with the wear. Especially in comparison, we thought the Z4 was bad.
The Z4 is not great, but yeah,
is much worse.
In comparison, the McLaren last night was exceptional in tyre wear.
It really was. So that's why this season's going to be so good, because of the unpredictability.
Different tracks
and different tracks will suit different styles as well. Driving styles come into play as well. Who's car on the tyres?
Graham having a little look there on the inside. And I think he was more defending from Rom, to be honest, in the background. There we go. Rom picking up the pace here. 7 tenths purple, so I mean that's a massive chunk up on his personal best. Pit stops might be coming in the next few laps. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think Aaron's going to be going more than a couple more laps, I wouldn't say.
I think they might be okay. They might have to do a lap on dead tyres to get to 10. which I think could potentially be worth it.
I mean, I done an 11 lap stint last night, and I felt like I was struggling that last lap.
I see. I weirdly found more the stint easier last night than it was in practice. I don't know.
Oh
what
yeah,
it was.
so did I. So did I. I found it much easier, but still.
I mean, I did comfortably have done 12 laps, which for when I was considering I was in the lead.
But interestingly, I was actually. I mentioned this last night, but apparently it looked like I was on softs my first time. I was not on softs. I could not get 10 laps on softs. It was mediums. It just glitched.
Yeah, because on my screen it said that you would left the pits. You didn't change onto mediums. You went on the soft tyres. I was like, oh god, Zach's messed it up. I was like, oh, he's doing all this strategy before the race.
Yeah,
he's only got to messed it up.
Yeah, it was mediums. 100%. I went on mediums and I had to pit at the end of lap. I don't know what was going on with the thing. It was a glitch.
No, it's typical GT7. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was quite concerned.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was gonna say I think a few did start on the soft though, didn't they?
Yeah, there was a couple. Will's just overtaking SBY, and I'm going to say SBY might be saving fuel here because Will has absolutely flew past SBY. Oh, down the inside. That was late. Oblivion. Oh, that was ambitious. That was. Oh, Oblivion. Look at Oblivion's tyres. Oh, he's on softs.
Yes. Now this it could go for a 4-stop here. Now it is viable. It's about 3 or 4 seconds slower at the end of it.
Do you mean a 3-stop?
3-stop, yes, not 4-stop.
You keep adding extra stops. You did this yesterday.
Sean's in the pits.
He is. So is Oblivion. That's a 3-stop guaranteed.
Yeah, that is. Now we said this in practice that the 3-stop is fast.
It's traffic.
But it's traffic, it's clean air, and consistency. Now, if you can get those 3 things down, it is viable. And I think in these cars as well, with the tyre wear rate, if people are doing a 2-stop, they will be a lot slower towards the end of the stint in comparison to what me and you were in the Z4s and the McLarens. So it could work out. It could pull off.
Now, just a thing there about Callum's fuel. Now, I said straight away Callum is doing a 1-stop. He is doing a 1-stop. I confirmed doing a 1-stop, and his fuel is fine. He's going to go 16 laps. He's doing a Derek from last night. So keep an eye. Callum is going to be that unknown. Oh, Pagani! Massive slide there.
That gap has closed down from 1.2 seconds, hasn't it, between him and Aaron?
Yeah, it was even closer at the start of the lap. He is struggling. Captain Chubbs has all of a sudden started dropping off. Now, I think
it's very impressive from Chubbs here, actually.
He is much better on tyres, but that fuel is an issue. Now, Ross and T. Smith are coming into it slightly more now. I mean, they were a wee bit off, but I feel like the pace is evened out now. And these two are seemingly working together quite well and just saving some fuel.
Yeah, they are quite good at this. Now,
the top 4 are good.
Practice, has he? So,
yeah.
All things considered, but any points for him today are better than anything at all, really.
The top 4 are...
Aaron's caught it!
Oh, I saw that in the background. I was on board with Pagani. I was just about to say at the same time that the top 4 have a massive gap behind.
Yes. Yeah, I think that boils down to consistency, doesn't it? Graham and Callum majorly catching up now to Aaron.
Now, Graham's always decent on tyres as well. But nothing compared to the way Callum is doing.
Callum here.
He might go for it. He is. This is carbon copy of Pagani, but Pagani had to go side by side. Graham was a bit unfortunate that Callum didn't try and fight it as much this time, and I
don't think he can really with the strategy he's doing.
He's saving tyres and fuel, isn't he? So he's. Oh, it's very tight here though. Callum might have another overtake here. Rom down the inside. Callum just thinks to give it up here.
He's got a Belgian bunt down the inside. Oh, he's got it.
The 2 in front of him will come in shortly. So.
Yes, absolutely. It's a position that needed to be gained, but.
Now, Captain Chubbs, I was pretty sure he had a bad lap last time. It was 53.1, which is 1.1 seconds. So Captain Chubbs got within a second of Witchell, and then he made a mistake. Oh, and he's wide there as well. and he's lost another chunk of time. Now this is when I worry for Captain Chubb. See, when he starts making tiny mistakes, that's when sometimes Chubbs will make a big mistake, and I'm hoping that he gets back on the horse as such.
Yeah, interestingly, there are some front three in the all in the M6, all lapping in the 51s. Pagani's lapping a bit slower in the 52s, which is the Z4 pace. Aaron has found some pace in the 51s, slightly inconsistent coming into the pits now.
He's front right.
Yeah, is this the pace of the M6, or is this driver ability? What do we think?
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, as we said, the 52s was what the.
I was saying consistent low 52s last night, dipping into the 51s on the mediums, but I could not get a consistent 51 without the car going a bit leery and the tyres.
Yeah, I think I got 151 all night, 51.8 or something. I think I got.
Whitchell's top front right is now completely dead, and Chubbs has managed those tyres a lot better.
Oh, look at the gap! It's coming massively down, and look at, as I said, Ross and T Smith. T Smith sucked up a penalty, but look at Ross. His tyre wear, his fuel coming into play. 2.8 seconds, the lowest it's been since lap 1. It's been hovering at 5 seconds all the way through. That's first stint.
Now, am I right in saying that Tom will serve this penalty at the end of the pit lane?
Possibly.
If he comes in.
I believe so. I think that's how it works. Now, Ross is gaining quickly. Look, he's 2.6 seconds now. And Witcher was really struggling, and this will be his lap. He'll come in. So I think that's a saving grace for Witcher, because I think if he would go another lap, he'd probably lose a position or two here, because his tyres are absolutely gone.
Yeah.
There he comes. And the pits, Captain Chubbs, and as well, Ross carries on. Okay, Witchell much more full than Captain Chubbs. T Smith in the pits as well. Pagani, he is coming in as well. Graham carries on. Rom carries on. Callum obviously carries on. We know that. Wells in. His tyres are shot, and it looks like Biggles is also going for the one stop.
Now, I think that's smart from Biggles, though.
Yeah, I mean, he gets him out of that cluster of battles between the two stop guys, which I think is going to slow them down considerably, because they seem to be keeping battling that kind of blue flag kind of area.
Yes.
Like,
so if you remember from last night, I mean, Derek, who didn't get off to the worst starts, but not necessarily the best, decided, all right, well, I'm going to go for the one stop here, send it. Which he did, and it really, really did pay off for him. It got him out of the fighting pack in the middle, which I think Faber lost a lot of time. She could have made it a lot closer with me towards the end of the race. So I do think it is possible, and it possibly is the better strategy, I would say.
If you can do it, there wasn't even a chance that we could do it. So
no, not at all. I think Biggles, Callum are looking for one stops. I think Rom, Graham,
they're
possibly going to be in this lap, but they could probably get another lap in.
The thing is with Graham and Rom could do a 2-stop and use softs. Possibly they can do like a 12-12-8. That could be what they're planning on doing, because it doesn't look like they can do a 1-stop, but yeah, they could do softs.
No, agreed. I think that is what they will be doing.
Now, Callum is comfortably just sitting nice in P4 at the moment. He's just sitting pretty, not battling too much. Now, Ross is in the pits. Now, let's keep an eye on Witchell. Now, unfortunately for Captain Chubbs, he's come out behind T Smith, who has under fuel compared to him. Now, that is going to be an issue for Captain Chubbs. He's come out away behind Witchell.
Yeah, I was about to say that Tom has caught up some time on Witchell there.
I think that is because Captain Chubbs, as much as his tyres were good, he was very fusty on the old fuel. Which has not helped. Now, Ross is filling up at the moment, and he's going to come out just behind, I think, maybe T Smith area. Here comes
Still filling up.
Ross.
He's at 78.
He's filled up a lot. So he has decided to fill up more.
3/4.
And he's come out behind T. Smith and Captain Chubbs. Now he's going to have some work to do, but he has over fuel compared to those. So that might come into play.
Now Tom isn't awful with fuel, as we've seen in previous years. If he wants to make this maybe under fuel to get some time back and then maybe save for the last 2 laps, build it back up again.
It's an interesting thing though, because like with the differential between the top drivers in this league, like for example, I'd say Tom's big thing is fuel, Witchel's big thing is fuel. Witchel's not particularly great on tyres as some others, but he has the fuel. Ross is good at both.
Yes. Now,
whereas
this year I think
yeah.
Sorry, I think with more of the endurance races rather than the sprints this time, I think it eliminates those fastest lap points. As much as people, love them, and we got I think I got like 20 last season, close to 20, with all the sprint races and the qualifying. That takes out a big proportion of the points, which will bring the field closer in itself. You're still getting them, but obviously with less sprint races, that'll be 3 points per lap. Yeah. So that'll be like I said, that was three points per lap plus the points for pole as well. So it could be an interesting one this season. But what would you say that you've noticed out of the differences between the GTR and the M6 so far?
It's a difficult one. I wouldn't say there's huge amounts of difference between tyre wear, or fuel. I don't think there's as considerable difference. Like maybe it's handling more differences between those two cars. Whereas I think the biggest difference between, like for example, GT2 is top speed and tyre wear. Is the two differentials. Yeah. We've got higher top speed. We've got more tyre wear. Whereas I think looking at tyre wear, I would say it's fairly similar. For example, Rom has managed to go 12 laps, and so has Graham on their medium tyres, which is more than most of the M6. But having said that, then you have Callum, who is doing a one-stop on the M6. So do you know what I mean? It's
I think the GTR is similar to the Z4 actually, in terms of fuel and tyre wear. I found, especially from the race last night. But I just think that M6 is a bullet, as in it's rapid, but it's just the wear is insane. I think because it being heavier than the Z4 as well.
Yeah, I mean Callum's an incredible job keeping it.
Oh, definitely.
16 laps. I mean his tyre wear is incredible. It really is. Now, T. Smith has got SBY in front of him now. Captain Chubbs has lost considerable time here behind T. Smith. His last lap was a 53.1, which is, I would say, is fairly slow for an out lap on new tyres.
Yeah, that's
not quick, is it? That's
No.
slower than last night, which is interesting. He's made a mistake. He must have made a mistake because that's a uncharacteristically slow lap. 53.1 is way off Tom's times. Like that's 2 seconds in one lap.
I mean, Tom set the fastest lap last lap as well, 50.9, which is ridiculous on the medium tyre.
50.6
I mean,
in Witchell is even quicker. That's nuts. On medium tyres.
Tom's just gonna go faster as well. I haven't got the 50.6, which is interesting.
No, there has been some strange things in this lobby. I think it might be because you joined later. I think it was a 50.6 was in the first part, so maybe it's because you joined later.
Ah, absolutely, that would be why, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oops. Now, Pagani is picking up the pace. So in his first stint, he was setting 152s, low 152s. His first 2 outlaps have been 151.8 and a 151.5. Now, Aaron's have been 151.1 and 151.7. So the 2 long-time rivals, I would like to say, and all-round best friends. I would say that these 2 are really similar on pace. I would say that these two are very, very close, very, very similar. And I think this will be an interesting battle in the championship as well, Pagani and Aaron.
There always is.
I think you can throw Ross into that mix as well, actually.
Yeah.
These 2 will be in and around each other. Obviously, Rom doing really well. first season up now in Division 1 where he needs to be.
Tom has dispatched SBY. SBY has had a moment somewhere because he's now got Captain Chubbs and Ross all over the back of him.
Yes.
So they are on the way. Now, Captain Chubbs' his teammates is SBY, so I don't imagine he's going to hold them up. Especially considering they're on very different strategies. With I was just saying, I thought SBY was going to try and do a 2-stop, but it looks like he's. Unless he did, he pitted lap 8, didn't he? He went
in with Oblivion, didn't he?
SPY's tyre wear is pretty shocking then, isn't it? If he's only
Oblivion's
getting 8
is
laps.
alright actually. Oblivion might be able to push this.
That's really hard. I mean, that's only 7th lap SPY and he's nearly fully red. Oh, Captain Chubbs, that's way wide. He got away with that there. That was nearly unrecoverable.
The longer that these two stay behind SBY, that's obviously quite blatant, but Chubbs is losing so much time there then to Witchell and to T. Smith. But I think a 3rd place is still up for grabs for him. They're dependent on Callum. It's always down to Callum now.
I think the thing is though, Ross is going to have better tyre wear and better fuel. At the end of the stint, Captain Chubbs is way out of shape again there, and I think Ross might be the actual beneficial, maybe getting past him here.
Yeah, he is bomb drafting him, but Ross has got to remember these two are teammates. So Captain Chubbs is going to go for it. I think Ross will send it as well.
And this is going to be interesting, isn't it? What's going to happen here? That's why he's just hovering right round the outside. He's letting them pass. Oh, he's nearly off the track.
That's a good thing to barrier there.
Oh, that's
So Chubbs keeps Ross behind. SBY gets through relatively unscathed.
Now it's 4.6 seconds between Witchell and T. Smith, and that is your gap. Now Biggles is going for the 1-stop as well, as we thought.
Yes, there is a Biggles in between T. Smith and Witchell.
So Biggles is actually only 6 seconds off Callum.
Yes.
And
yes, he is.
Now we are. Now the most interesting thing about this now is it's only 4 seconds between Callum and Witchell. Bearing in mind that Witchell is on a 2-stop, Callum is on a 1-stop. So technically this is kind of like a kind of net position, nearly.
Yeah.
In terms of unless excluding fuel, because obviously Callum has less road to no fuel. So I would say Callum's net position at the moment. I think he might be coming out behind Ross at the end. I think he might be on for like P5, P6 Callum. I don't think he's going to be, because his pace doesn't look 53s he's setting compared to 51s. For like 2 seconds a lap is a huge amount.
See, yeah, it is, but I'm seeing here like Callum's last lap was a 52.8. Now that is the time that Pagani was setting on his first stint, you know, on the medium tyre. So he's not a million miles away. Biggles again, he's if he can get into the low 53s consistently rather than those 54s and high 53s, he'd be in and around. He needs to knock a couple of tenths off his time, which does involve pushing the car a bit, but he'd be there. He really would be. Interesting strategy calls here. We've got 2 on the.
There's 3 stops, 2 stops, and 1 stops.
Yeah, all over. I think
similar to last night though.
Yeah, Feber did the 3-stop, didn't he, last night?
I wished I did, to be honest. I did the 2-stop, and
yeah.
I think I should have went for the 3-stop and just went for it. But yeah, hindsight. Callum's in. The lap 16 now.
And we all know. This could be interesting to see where these come out. If they come out in
Callum's going to come out
them.
last. Callum and Biggles will come out at stone last at the end of the field because they're going to fill up fully.
Yes, they will.
So they're going to come out right at the very, very, very back of the field.
So I'm just on my board now with my teammate Panda. Now, if Graham and Simon keep fighting, he will be drawn back into this, and he will be pulling an Oblivion along with him, I believe. But these are coming around the last corner now to the back straight. Okay, so here they are. The SBY is in as well.
I mean, I'm going to highlight that one of the biggest things I've noticed is the back end of the field, the amount of penalties.
Yes.
There is a lot of P's at the back end of the field, which might be a reason why some of them are as far back, because I don't think there's that much pace difference. But I think there's a lot of people picking up a lot of penalties here. Blue flag and Graham side by side. Oh, it's close. Oh, Graham, that was a good move from Graham there, around the outside.
To two of the most experienced drivers. Simon GT2 champion last season, just finishing behind Rom. Ahead of Rom, sorry. Not behind Rom.
Why did that... Was it behind Rom or ahead of... It was ahead of Rom. I said Rom was the reigning GT2 champion.
No, it wasn't,
Sai,
because
wasn't it?
if you remember...
Oh, you don't...
Rom couldn't...
Yeah, don't remind him.
Yeah, it was a blame Oblivion. For God's sake, Oblivion. Who finished behind me, GT3 champion.
Oh God, here we go.
Current leader of GT2.
I'll kick him out of the party shortly.
Yes, that's rightfully so as well.
5.4 seconds then it is between the top two now, and they're on the same strategy, and Witchell has slightly more fuel than Tom, so Witchell very much in prime position still. Has to lose.
Yeah. Fieber has just put in the chat, which I completely missed as well, is the tyre wear between pad and wheel.
Very much so.
Now, Fieber, are you on the? I believe you're on the pad, aren't you? So I'm on a wheel. So this could potentially be why.
I am not. I am on a wheel now. I spent most of my time on GT on a pad. I am still in the transition progress to a wheel. Like I committed fully to a wheel.
I think long term it's better, but I think for the quick left rights, you can go full lock to full lock on the pad, which is a lot harder on the wheel. But I think this is where the benefits, the pros and cons, you have to weigh up. But I just enjoy racing with the wheel. I think it's a lot easier. And on a pad, I'm about 5 seconds a lap slower. So
I'm actually the same time between both of them.
That's no excuses for your poor form. That's all
right. But yeah, the tyre wear's horrendous. So yeah. I wasn't too bad. I just crashed and lost 15 seconds. But that was 80% of my gap to you. Was that 15 seconds sprint? Oh, I done well. It was a monumental crash, and it wasn't even because of the car. It was literally simply because I took too much curb and smashed into a wall. It was very, very good.
Derek, who had lap 17? Would that be Callum and Biggles? No, 16, didn't I? I'm very lost, very confused.
Did someone pit? Don't think so.
Oh, Phoebe's looking at setting up a rig. Not a bad idea. Who is it in GT2 that has the partnership? Is it Derek? Is it Derek who has the partnership with the rigs?
No. Carl.
Carl, yeah. It is, isn't it?
Definitely Carl.
Right, so PA Aaron is in the pits. So he's tried the undercut here, I think, on Pagani. But now lap 18, can he go to the end? Will he go to the end on those? Do you think?
Nah.
Be very risky.
Look at the chat.
Oh, hang on, let me think. It was me. I had won GT3 last season, first season back in as well, guys. Currently leading GT2, guys. Yeah, sorry, just thought I'd remind you all. I'm gonna get a tattoo of GT3. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get a tattoo of GT3 FTRL 21 champ on my ankle, I think.
On your ankle, really? Ankle?
Yeah, why not? Just memento, do you know what I mean?
Well, Pagani...
Oh, lap 17, when I mentioned it. There you go, he called it.
I mean, he wasn't here for most of the first part, so... Probably would have mentioned it in quali.
I blame the brutal hangover.
Well, it's closing up now between second to fourth again.
It is. It is.
There's a bit of a concertina going on, isn't there?
There is. However, I expected Ross to have dispatched with Chubbs by now. But I think Chubbs with less fuel been very consistent. He's holding his own out there, to be fair to him. Faber, yes, a tramp stamp. I've still got to get an EM1 for Emmy Martinez for Villa getting into Europe, because I didn't think they would. They did, and now I've got to get an Emmy Martinez tattoo. Fact of the day for you.
You're joking? Oh my god.
No,
oh, Biggles and SBY side by side. SBY has dispatched of Mr. Biggles, who's on the one stop.
That is going to help at Aaron.
So yeah, Biggles on the one stop. SBY is on a 3 stop. I don't actually think Callum will be in the lead by lap 22. I think Witchell will still be in the lead.
He's an alien. He really annoys me.
He's very, very quick, isn't he? He's ridiculous.
He is, but those consistent 51s. But
the top like 6 are ridiculous though. Like top 5 or 6 in this lead are like alien pace. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
I wondered why that gap had got so.
It makes our pace last night look.
I was there saying consistent low 52s, thinking I am quick, I am him, and then I look at Chubbs, Tom, and Witchell, and I'm like, I set
a 51.8 in mediums. I thought, ooh, I'm quite quick, and then Witchell says a 50.6 and goes 1.2 seconds quicker. Like, go away. Terrible, isn't it? It's not acceptable, is it? It's just not good enough.
Fat Dane's called it an ass antler, my tattoo, as a tramp stamp. So yeah, well, I'm going to call it that from now on, an ass antler. That's brilliant, Dane. I would like to say also congratulations for a great week of racing from yourself, son. Very impressive. I feel like I want to cuddle you.
He is, that was.
And Sagoose as well, actually, for his first race in GT3.
He mentioned all the goose puns earlier.
Yes. Hope you loved it, Goose. Hope you loved it.
Right, well, 6.5 seconds now between the top 2, and look at second, third, and fourth. What a battle this might turn out to be at the end. It is going to be different though after the
Aaron's
next
down the
pit
inside
stops.
of Biggles.
Oh,
sorry to interrupt you there, Zach. He's got the move done.
Oh, there he goes.
Back to normality. Hello.
So yeah, Captain Chubbs and T Smith might be in this lap. They might go another lap. Ross has got much more fuel, so Ross is in a net P2 here.
Right, Aaron is doing a 3-stop because he's put on the soft tyre.
Okay,
now,
yeah.
This would explain his blistering pace this lap. He's just set the fastest lap of the race on a 150.4.
So he is. Good spot.
Now, I was going to say, because if he is on the medium side, because I did say he pitted early to undercut Pagani, didn't I? Now, if Pagani's doing the 2-stop and Aaron's doing the 3, he needs a huge push now on this stint in these, 6 or 7 laps to make this work. Which means he's got SBY and Callum in front of him, both who are the way. He's got to overtake the 3 1-stoppers. 2 1-stoppers and the other
4-stopper.
SBY's
3-stopping.
3-stopper, sorry.
Similar. But he's on mediums. I must say, out of the tyre wear, I think SBY might actually have the worst tyre wear of the field on that GTR. That GTR seems, on the SBY, seems pretty terrible on tyre wear. Like just.
He does. So Witchell, the top 4 are all in the pits now. Now look at that fuel. That just screams everything about Ross, doesn't it? Really.
He's so good on fuel.
I mean, considering T Smith underfueled and undercut Chubbs,
Pagani in as well. So Ross should come out in front of T Smith and Captain Chubbs. But I would suggest maybe a second in front of them both. Now Rom takes the net lead of takes the race lead for a lap before he pits. Graham will be in next lap as well. Now it's going to be interesting to see where Witchell comes out in relation to Callum. Now this is the big one. Now I think, remember I said about the penalties, I think that's a glitch with the P's on the
it does happen. I have had this because according to my screen, Simon has had a penalty every single lap. I don't think it's true.
So Callum is coming out ahead. I am right. Witchell has come out in front.
Pagani's just put the chance it's going to be a long season.
Callum has come out in between Ross and Chubbs. So Ross and Chubbs have pitted. Wow. Callum's in between them both now. Ross has jumped both of them.
He has.
As expected. And he's now 5.6 seconds behind Witchell. Now Callum has to get those tasks to the end, which he will do, but he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck, I feel, to the two behind him because he is trying to save fuel.
Now, interestingly, Tom and Ross have put the same amount of fuel in. Chubb's slightly underfueled, but again, they have got this issue of Callum being in the way.
Now, Rom and Graham are about to get out of the way of the lead of the race, and which will regain it after they pit. Now, this is going to be their last stops, and they'll be putting on the mediums, I suspect. I think 10 laps on the softs is pushing it to the limit.
It will do. Now, with
considerably.
I don't think there's going to be any more pit stops from these boys, which means that Ross and Mitchell have already taken Callum, which Callum is now racing for position. He's already got a Chubbs up him.
No, my prediction was P5 for Callum.
Word that.
So if both of them get past, it would be a P5.
Now, he is on for that now, but I mean, somewhere along the road, Aaron has overtaken SBY, dispatched him, built 2.3 seconds of a lead up, and is now right on the back of T. Smith Spoiler, who's gone slightly deep into the last corner.
He's just at 49.9, but he has got another stop to do. Which is
it doesn't matter because we did say, didn't we, that the pace of these softs, if you can make it work, it could be worth it. I mean, I didn't see the gap between Pagani and the top four runners.
So, Rom is coming out in P8, 9, P9. He's got Biggles in front, who's on a one stop, and SBY, who's still to pit, who's on a free stop.
Yeah. Am I right in saying I think Graham is and Rom have just jumped Pagani?
Yeah, Pagani has overfueled compared to everyone else. Have you looked? Oh no, he hasn't. Never mind, he hasn't. Never mind me.
Well, his lap times. I mean, Panda's outlap was a 2:23 compared to Pagani's 2:27.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Pagani. I feel like Pagani was a little bit further up the road, but he seems to.
I think he might have made a mistake somewhere, potentially.
Has he, or maybe it's just GT1 is that quick now that, like, this is just that's just where he is at the moment. I don't know.
Good luck for your 50-lap race tomorrow, Marley. 50-lap at Bathurst. Hate Bathurst.
I mean, I must say, if he hasn't made a mistake, it's a scary sight to see someone at Pagani's base in P11.
Yes.
I think that's
Paul's
quite
lost
scary.
his mojo, apparently.
I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
No. Now, I need big points from Panda and for Aaron.
My two are going well at the moment, Rom and Ross. Rom is on fresh tyres in P9 and he's got people ahead of him on free stops and one stops. So
yes, he has.
Look at this. I mean, I'm gonna just say it. Clusterfuck between P2 and
it is
P7.
a big clusterfuck, isn't it? Oh, a cluster duck or goose, a clustered goose. Oh my god! Yes. Sorry. That was awful.
Well, Callum is the sitting duck or sitting goose in the way of everyone.
So Pagani's just got himself a PS5 and he's struggling with the new pad and the throttle input.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yes,
that would explain. That would explain. So this is going to be the overtake by the look of it for P3. I'm not even racing. I'm not even racing yet. The puns continue. Of course. There we go. Captain Chubbs.
Yeah, smooth and as simple as you like, isn't it? Really.
That wasn't much of an overtake, was it? Callum, nothing to defend with. He was just like, "Go past, please."
You can't really, in Callum's position now, you can't really defend at this point.
He's not trying to defend, isn't it?
Nah, you've still got to worry about tyre
He's not really in the battle, is he, for P3? You kind of knew that. He was just kind of trying to hold on.
But the longer he's consistent and the longer he keeps the lads behind him, you know, he's doing everyone.
He is on for P5.
Yeah.
That's going to be where he finishes, I would imagine.
Aaron and Tom both need to now get round him. Aaron is coming into the pits now, so he didn't manage to get past Tom.
So he's going to be in the mediums now for the last stint.
Yeah, did get slightly held up, I would say. But this will be his last stop now. I think who else is there now to pit? I think SBY and Oblivion. Both.
Oblivion will need to come in. There's no way he's getting that to the end.
Actually, I I don't know.
Yeah, he's no way Oblivion's. There's no way he's getting that to the end. Not a chance.
I mean, he pitted lap 15, and he's got half worn.
No, he didn't. He pitted lap 19.
My display is messed up.
Huh.
That explains it. Because I might have said, oh yes, lap 15p. Oh, brilliant.
I'm like, huh? Well, okay. Well, Ross has got a massive gap now behind. Well, 2 seconds, but that's a pretty substantial gap considering it was like 6-7 tenths when he came out of the pits. So that is very good from him. But it looks like Witcher was still in another alien leak. Unfortunately.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But this is typical Witcher, isn't it? It's just I've got it. He's just swinging his massive knob around. Yeah, look at my pace. I'm going to win. All right, cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks. Can you not make a mistake or something, son? You know, make it a bit fun for everyone else.
No.
No, but it is incredible pace, isn't it?
It's basically what T. Smith done for years.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
My baldy. But he's lapping in the 150s, low 150s now, consistently. The last, I don't know.
Do you know someone else I'm going to give a shout out to tonight?
Who's this?
Biggles. He's on a one-stop.
Under the radar, but he's not.
He won a race last season right at the end, which is probably my favourite ever commentary moment.
It was.
After
it was indeed.
It was a tricky season and he struggled. And I always said he had some really good pace in races, but he just kind of made a couple of mistakes. And he's had a very, very solid race. Under the radar, comfortable pace, sitting in P7, doing his job very nicely. He might have a bit of defending to do near the end, but very well done so far.
He's going well. Now, but behind him, I think carnage is about to unfold because
Graham
has got Graham right behind
Pagani.
him. It's Pagani right behind him.
Yeah.
Now there is a huge gap then, but then there's Panda, Simon, Oblivion, and Aaron. So this could be.
And a lot of these are on fresh tyres, like.
Yes.
Now, unless Aaron can make some places, I'm not sure that free stop has worked.
No, I don't want to say that because they're my teammates. But that could be an issue. But
What's happened?
Aaron just turned into the wall.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yes, it's fine. Sure, it's fine.
Oh, I missed that. I must have went off just. Oh, Witchell's in the chat.
Witchell, that's just.
That's just unacceptable. That's just cocky.
Witchell,
go away. Get out of the chat.
It was on the back straight as well. You. Do you know what, Witchell? Wait till I'm there, mate. Wait.
It's not good, is it? Oh, right, okay. Ross is still current. He's just set his fastest lap of the race. Ross is having a very, very nice time of it at the moment out there.
He is. He's not really under threat from Chubbs.
No, he's not really under threat from anyone.
Not in any danger of catching Witchell.
Biggles has been caught at a very, very quick rate at the moment.
He is indeed. Now Biggles can be a bit of a bust sometimes.
SPY's pitting this lap.
Yeah, we've just had inside news from the flying man himself, Goose, that Oblivion wanted to start on mediums. Must have started on the
I would
softs.
assume that because I saw he started on softs. I was assumed that was a mistake because I don't think anyone's really wanted to start on softs, to be honest. Biggles is going to be under a lot of pressure very, very soon.
Yes, he will be. However, if he can keep his cool, keep his calm, there's 3, 4, 5 laps left.
Yeah.
Still got a 1.5 second gap.
Witchell makes Goose makes a good point that Witchell should have 3 points on his licence for texting and driving. Maybe that's a way that we can get some more interest into the league at the moment. Maybe anytime I message in the chat, Witchell gets deducted a few points.
You got to reset your test after 12 points.
Unfortunately, you need to do a time trial to get back into FTRL.
I think me and my in real life 6 points are screaming on the inside. That's why I bought the Volvo, guys. That's why I bought the Volvo. Can't speed in a Volvo.
Just for clarification, James has like what I would describe as what colour is it?
I'd say it's sun-kissed red.
Yeah, it's an interesting colour.
It's orange.
I
own an orange Volvo.
It's like a dirty orange though, so we're gonna weird look.
Oh yeah, she's dirty.
It is.
She is.
He also tried to do a drag race and failed against a bald man.
Yes, so my drag race off-road, I lost to Mikey and who was it?
Tom.
Was it you? It was Tom, Mikey and Tom.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was participating in
that. Mikey's in the chat. Could you describe to everyone in chat, please, the beauty that is my orange Volvo as we get back to the racing.
Away from Volvo.
Ross has taken out 8 tenths out of
Yeah,
Witchell.
he has.
So
I noticed
Witchell
that.
has a... to be fair, he's done an un-Witchell lap with a 51.6.
That's probably because he's texting in the chat.
Yeah, it's not a 51.6 because that was like 23. So.
Well, T Smith is currently P4 at the moment. He's catching up to back of Chubbs now. So we could have a change for the last podium places. Captain Chubbs has had a pretty awful run there, and T Smith is now rubbing his front of his car all over the rear.
And Aaron has caught Oblivion.
Oh, has he?
So at all the 3 stoppers are 12th, 13th and 14th.
It's not went well, has it? If we stop tonight.
No.
It seemed to go okay with Bieber last night, but it just not went well tonight.
I think it did, yeah, but I think... I mean, I don't want to say and be harsh, but I think the quality in drivers...
Yeah.
There's much less amount of space. Oblivion's gone wide in the tunnel. I think it's just let Aaron past.
Captain Chubbs is having to be dispatched, I think, here by T Smith, and he's going to go round the outside. Captain Chubbs is going to have to defend the inside. I'm not sure it's going to be much of a defence though. T Smith holds it round the outside, gets a better traction, and he is through and up into the last podium position.
He is. Now Rom is looking for a move on Biggles here. He's going round the outside.
Oh, Graham's having a look as well.
Oh, can Graham get them both? This would be brilliant.
Oh, he's got him.
The little man from Ireland. Has he got it?
He's got him.
He's got a little boop. It's fine.
Oh, Brom. Oh, yeah. Rom's held
it. There is a Paguni.
Rom held that.
Paguni right at the back.
What a hold from Rom there. And he's managed to get the move done as well.
Wow.
That was impressive from Graham. Oh, Biggles having a look back here at Rom. Trying to defend for all his worth here. Pagani's on the way as well here.
Yeah, he's
now
going for a
Graham
long
is
run.
currently the highest Pro-Am driver. So from Rom in P7, so those two are the highest rated. And then Biggles.
This could be an interesting battle, I think, in the season.
Pagani
and Graham.
Having a look now at Biggles.
Oblivion is into the pits with 4 laps left.
That's not went well, that tactic then, has it? He's
no, it hasn't worked out for him. It says, yeah, that's right. SPY is on the softs.
Pagani down the inside of Biggles and the right hander.
He's got the move done.
Oh, it doesn't hit the wall on the outside, but he should be okay. He's fine. Behind us, we've got Will in P10, and Blue Flag P11. Aaron P12, but he's on the march. He should be catching up to the back of Blue Flag here, which he appears to be doing.
The boys are talking about Volvos in the chat. Love that. My dad has a 2002 V70 with 270,000 miles on it. It's been our family car since 2001. There you go, guys. We love a Volvo in our family. It's because our mechanics are Volvo specialists, so just help. Little insight into my life, guys, eh? Life is all plumbing. Now that gap to Witchell has come out again, but not as much as I thought it would. But Ross's tyre wear really, really annoys me because it's really, really good.
Yeah, he always is. Always is, and he's so consistent
as well. So is Chubbs. Tom's really struggling on those tyres in comparison to the sandwich that he's in.
Callum seems to be okay on his. He's
yeah, he's got 9.1 seconds to Graham behind.
I must say, he's comfortably got this one stop sorted, which is impressive. He's not even
do we remember
struggling
where Callum
really.
Qualified?
It was about P2. It's P2. He was in the front row, I think.
So again, I think the one stop has worked, but I don't think it is the best strategy. I do think the 2 stop is the strategy round here.
See for, see for 2 seconds there, Goose to put in the chat, we love Vag in my family.
The Vag family.
I was a bit like, sorry, what?
Well, that's lovely, Goose. You know, I'm always a big fan of that too. But I've had 3 polos, 3 VW polos, so, and an A5. So I love the Vag group too.
I'm going to turn this conversation away from badges and move on to the battle between Graham and Rom, which is recommenced in the battle for P6.
Oh, Triumph. Wow, that's a car. Goose, if you've got a picture of your Triumph, I'd love to see it.
That sounds wrong as well.
Yeah, I'll see your Triumph stag. Yeah, SB White is on the softs, Marley. He is catching Aaron as well. It has caught the back of Mr. Defensive Driving himself, Simon.
The boss himself.
Yeah, this could be a 10-11 finish for the Tango Ice Blast boys. Bakani isn't getting close to Rom or Graham.
And Rom is right over the back now.
All over the back of Graham, though. I must say, though, what a job the liveries are.
There's some really stunning ones, haven't there?
I know, really, yeah.
Really.
I mean, the Jägermeister one's really nice, but I think Zom doing the Zom and creating half of them. And
I love the Ice Fast one. I think that's exceptional. Like, really.
Yeah, I like the Tango Ice Blast one. I think that's the best one.
It's great. There's some really, really stunning liveries.
Aaron's got the run on Simon into turn 1. Is he going to send it? He is.
Oh,
it's not very often you get a overtaking option. On blue flag, he's done it. He's made it stick. Simon's kept it on the road as well. Just about.
Back to the Rom and Graham battle now.
We all know what an awkward line through those first few corners can do to us.
Oh yeah. Very much so. If you get it wrong, you're buggered completely. Callum holding on P5 at the moment as well with that one stop. He's comfortable gap either way. And it's as you were for P3 and P4. T-Smith, that tyre wear is starting to hurt him. Captain Ship's starting to come back into it now. And top 2, it's as you were. No dramas. It's Rom and Graham that's the big battle at the moment. Who is going to lead the Pro-Am Championship after round 1. It's going to be an interesting battle. And to be honest, if you were going to say 2 people that I'd have my eyes on for the win of that, I'd say it would be Graham and Rom. That's my 2 ads.
Yeah, I mean,
I predict maybe
it's been fantastic racing, hasn't there, all across the board? But I mean, that front 4 really, ridiculous. Even I suppose pace, Callum as well. Add Callum into that, I think the pace
with a 1 stop.
Callum's setting my time on 3 stops. 2 stops, sorry. So how he's done this 1 stop and made it so well really shows his pace here.
Callum is a very, very, very quick driver.
Yeah.
Last lap. Graham's still ahead though of Rom at the moment. It's very, very close.
Can't build that lead on Ross, you know. Ross does keep bringing it down and then losing it again.
This is very close. Look at Rom. He's all over the back of Graham now. He's looking for a line, a way past possible. And it's coming up now towards this back straight. Now he can get a good exit. Graham's a bit wider than Rom. Rom can try cut back.
He's got that turn in much better than Rom has.
Yeah, he got a good run again there. And it's 4 temps. It's going to be tight. Might not quite be close enough.
I don't know, with the pull of that GTR.
Oh, it's closing. It's 2 temps.
Graham's got to defend here. 14 round wide on the inside.
T-Smith and Captain Chubbs are fighting. Captain Chubbs is up to P3. T-Smith cuts back though. He's up to P3 again. T-Smith takes it back. In the background, Rom down the inside.
He has got it.
Last lap overtakes here.
Inside as hard as he wanted to. Rom did get up through the inside.
Witchell rounds the last corner, drifting round he goes. Takes the win of the first race of the season. It is P2 for Ross.
Chubbs is out of fuel. Chubbs is out of fuel.
Oh my god, no way. Callum is going to go and take a P4 here. As Captain Chubbs is out of fuel. Is he going to lose
Oh,
P6 as
Chubbsy.
well? It's a chance. Rom
He will.
rounds the last corner. It's going to be tight. He's going to lose it though.
Chubbsy
It's
boy.
all went down. Rom is going to take P5. Graham's going to take P6.
6.
Captain Chubbs is going to take P7. Pagani is going to take P8. Will is going to take P9. Aaron's got P10 in the end up. The last couple of few overtakes there against SBY.
Yeah,
Blue flag.
Simon had lost out to SBY there somewhere.
Then comes Biggles P13. It kind of unravelled in the last few laps for Biggles, I think. The one stop. And Oblivion P14. He comes across the line. His last lap was his best lap, 51.1. There we go. So 50 point flat there at the end. Jesus, that was blooming hell. That was quite
Well in
there.
Oblivion.
There we go. That was a frantic end. Captain Chubbs, it all came unstuck right at the very end, pushing Tom for the podium. And unfortunately, few.
Well done, Witchell. Another great race, mate. Really, really well done.
Yeah.
Well done to Oblivion as well, stepping up to GT1. That's a big, big step.
It was a big step, especially it was GT3 last season, so, I mean, Oblivion, so stepping in for GT1 is ridiculous as well. So, as much as he did finish at the back end, he wasn't that far off, and bear in mind, Oblivion made a few mistakes as well on the strategy and things with the tyres starting, so.
Yeah, exactly. I think what a move towards the end for the Rom and Graham, Chubbsy's mishap. Callum's incredible one stop.
Yeah, P4. Got P4.
T. Smith as well. I mean, very little practice for P3. I know he'll be buzzing with that. And he'll celebrate that by scoring me a goal tomorrow. I know he will. Ross, the tyre whisperer. He's like the Jeremy Wade of tyres. Witchell, great race, I suppose. It literally does every time, doesn't he, really?
Yeah.
Pagani, do you think Pagani, he'd had a good race? He'd be disappointed, do you?
I mean, he's got PA and he's still learning with a PlayStation 5 as well. So I mean, I don't think I'll be too disheartened. At the end of the day, he's still not too bad. Aaron's got a really good recovery there at the end because he, at one point, it was looking like he was going to be down right at the very back. So he had a really good recovery in the last few laps to get up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Tango Ice Fast Boys will be so disappointed with that. But look, it's always next week. This is normally the week, isn't it? Traditionally, where people practice a lot more than what they would do on other races. So I think with these two, they're quite consistent. They do practice. So always next week. SBY, Simon, Biggles, Oblivion, taking up the rear. Oh my god.
Yeah. Biggles, I think, would have been much higher up. I think his last few laps were a 56 and a 59 or something. So I think Biggles, without a couple of mistakes, would have probably been down in P8, P9. So he made a couple of mistakes at the end, but he had really good pace.
I mean, the fact he had the big kahunas to pull off the one stop anyway, he wasn't completely out of it like sometimes last season he was. I think that's a really, really, really big improvement from him. I think it's going to be a good season for him. I really do. I think there's going to be a few people that's going to be quite interesting to watch. The biggest thing that's going to be interesting to watch is the Pro-Am, I think, here. It's going to be a very, very interesting watch. I think that's going to ebb and flow. I think it'll be very, very close. I really do think it'll be very, very close.
I think it's going to ebb and flow throughout the season between quite a few of the drivers. So
great. I mean, Simon, I don't think he really showed what Simon was capable of tonight. I don't think you'll mind me saying that.
No, I think Si can.
But I think Simon will be right up there with Rom and Graham.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, we saw what his pace was in the special event at the end of the season there, like Spa, the grand finale.
Absolutely.
It was ridiculous. So, he definitely can do it. But yeah, that is week 1 all done and dusted. Wednesday for GT3 again. I can't remember what GT3 is on Wednesday. Off the top of my head. Can't remember. GT2 is at Dragon Trail Gardens. And GT1, I believe, is at... I looked this up earlier and now I've forgotten off the top of my head. And I'm going to look very quickly because it should be somewhere on the Discord. 2 seconds. It is Watkins Glen, the long version. So yeah, we've got Watkins Glen next week for Friday night. Not sure who's going to be doing commentary next week. It'll not be me. I'm one week I'm missing is next week, so I'm not sure. Someone will be in comms, though, I'm sure.
I'll be here. I'll be here next week, so
You'll be here,
might be a
at least.
fill-in. I'll drag someone from GT2.
Yeah, drag someone. And then I'll be back the following week for the first sprint week, which is week 3. So do join us for next week. That has been the end of week 1 of our season 22. I think the Pro and Pro-Am has worked incredibly well. Some very, very big variations in the tyre wear and fuel between the different cars. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to keep an eye on throughout the season, the Pro and Pro-Am. Hope you have enjoyed the coverage this evening. I hope you have a nice evening, and goodbye.